Good morning and thank you. My name is Joy Virginia Cunningham, and I am currently a Justice of the Illinois Appellate Court, and I am seeking a seat in the vacancy that is currently on the Illinois Supreme Court. It's the vacancy of Thomas Fitzgerald. When Justice Fitzgerald retired in the fall of 2010, that seat became vacant, and it is the first contested vacancy for the Illinois Supreme Court in over a decade. So I am a candidate for that seat. I think it's very important to come to the Supreme Court with a breadth of experience. I have about 30 years, a little bit more than 30 years legal experience in both the private sector, the public sector, and the corporate world, as well as a great deal of community service and bar leadership, as well as teaching and legal education. I started out my career as an assistant attorney general. I then became a law clerk for Justice Glenn Johnson, who was then one of the first African Americans to sit on the Illinois Appellate Court. And during those years, I got an opportunity to see how important courts of review are. Courts of review like the Appellate Court and the Supreme Court are really important because they are the safety net for the entire judicial system. And we do know that trial courts make mistakes, so there needs to be a safety net. After all, there were 16 people on Illinois' death row who were later found to be innocent. So we do know that trial courts sometimes, despite their best efforts, make mistakes. That's why appellate courts and the Supreme Court exists, to be the safety net for that system. Following my term as a law clerk to Justice Johnson, I was hired by a law firm which was a civil boutique litigation firm, where I was the first woman and the first African American hired in that firm. I worked there for a number of years, trying many cases representing corporations, doing healthcare law, civil trials, many civil trials. During those years, I really learned what the trial system is about. I actually learned to be a lawyer, tried lots of cases. And I think that that's important because if you look at the other candidates who are running, I really am the only one who's had actual trial experience, and I think that that's important. After my tenure with the law firm, I was recruited to Loyola University, where I became the Associate General Counsel for the university and their chief counsel for their healthcare division, which is the medical center located in Maywood. I had that position for many years, and during that tenure, I was responsible for all of the university's litigation, all of their insurance work, all of the risk management work, hiring outside lawyers. I did a great deal of corporate law. It was a very broad cross-section of legal experience. Following my tenure at Loyola, I was appointed as a circuit court judge, or selected, I should say, as a circuit court judge, where I heard civil jury trials, including commercial litigation, medical malpractice, products liability, everything you can think of. During those years, I really got an opportunity to understand what the practices are in the trial court, and I think it's really important that you have judges on the Supreme Court who have done a little bit, or I should say a lot, of every different kind of practice there is, including judicial practice. Following my tenure on the circuit court, I retired from the circuit court, and I was recruited to Northwestern University Medical Center, where I became their senior vice president, corporate secretary, and general counsel for the Northwestern Memorial Healthcare System. And most people know it as Northwestern Memorial Hospital, but that's only one of the corporate entities in the system, and I had that position for 7 years. In that capacity, I did many different aspects of legal practice, and 6 years ago, I was elected to the Illinois Appellate Court.